the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
Let's go with the Sunday night game. Let's go with the most intriguing game, in my opinion, which is the Bears versus the Texans. You have the 2023 former first round pick, number 2 overall pick in CJ Stroud, also the rookie of the year. And then you bring in the 2024 first pick in the NFL draft, Caleb Williams, who a lot of scouts and a lot of media people proclaimed him as a generational talent. And he goes up against the Texans, against CJ Stroud, and he lays an egg. He looks awful. He looks worse than week 1, where he only had 93 yards.
I don't know about that.
No. He was worse. He was worse. I'm telling you that right now. He was worse. Because this game, he threw 2 picks. He was trying to play hero ball at the end. He was worse. I'm telling you that right now. Don't get me wrong. He did miss a bunch of throws in week 1, but he didn't put the ball in harm's way like today, like that game. I'm just telling you that right now. But we don't need to argue about that. Just your reaction, Brian, to just Caleb Williams pretty much struggling throughout the entirety of the game, and also other stuff that you noticed with the Chicago Bears and the Texans.
Okay, so first thing I noticed, that offensive line was way worse than I thought it was going to be. That was an embarrassing performance. I literally saw Darnell Wright, who's the right tackle, hitting the genuine in the middle of the play. I think Daniil Hunter hit him with a quick little jab step, and he doing a stanky leg over there. I'm like, oh my goodness, how is the new QB supposed to perform behind this line? I mean, seriously. And it's like, I believe I saw a stat. I think they said Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson combined for like 30-something pressures. That is insanity. Because QBs, you get how many drawbacks you get as a QB? About 30-something? 40? And he's getting pressured over like 30-something times. Are you kidding me? That's insanity to me. I'm sorry. And I'm not blaming this. Caleb didn't play particularly well. But, I mean, what do you want him to do? This the same thing Justin Fields had to go through. Then on the times where he could make a play, get in the red zone, hit an open guy, Romo Dunze dropped the ball. So I mean, like I'm not really understanding. And the Bears defense can only do so much. You got all this talent on the Texans. You got to watch and uncover, and the pass rush wasn't getting home. So I don't know, man. It's just, what can you do at this point? He's missing Keenan now. I didn't expect Rome to play this week, but. Yeah, the run game, the Bears' run game, non-existent. It was just bad. It was DJ Moore and Caleb out there, pretty much. Cole Kmet was nowhere to be found. I haven't seen him since the season started. Can't run the ball. The play calling was Shane Waldron. Listen, the Seahawks fans was right. This man is just no. The play call was uninspiring. Some of the routes I'm looking at, I'm just like, what was he supposed to do right here? I don't understand what was going on. Like, we should have known something was wrong with Shane Waldron when he made JSN look like an average receiver. Now look at JSN now.
Great week. Yeah, he had a great week.
It's just, can we please get the coordinators right? I mean, the blueprint is so simple. Go contact, hit up Shannon, hit up the 49. Hey, let me get one of them, I don't know, whoever the scheme coordinator, let me just borrow him. Let me bring him in for an interview. Why are we going up and getting these reject coaches when the Shanahan tree has literally been the answer for years, and teams are still wanting to go with these dudes? They have experience. Experience of what? The Seahawks let him walk. Let him walk. It was okay. We're gonna roll with who the Seahawks new offensive coordinator is.
He was the OC from Washington.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, they just bringing new minds in like this. I don't know, man. Caleb pretty much going through the same thing Justin Fields did. You seen that that screenshot or video where they both had their heads like this at the end of the game. I mean, I can't blame this on Caleb. What can you really do in this situation? He ain't played great. He at least tried to make a play. It was in one play. Daniil Hunter beat the brakes off Darnell Wright. He scrambles out the pocket. He escapes the sack, actually. Scrambles out the pocket. Then he threw a pick. Granted, he he technically could have made it, but it was 3 dudes over there. So I'm like, ugh, at least you're trying to make a play. I don't know, but dang, it's just tough out there. I don't. What you think about the game, man? Played a great game though.
That defense was lights out. They did what they were supposed to do against a rookie QB, a team with a suspect offensive line. They did exactly what they were supposed to. CJ Stroud didn't put the ball in harm's way. He managed the game throughout. He listen, whatever the game dictated, CJ Stroud did it. That's what you're supposed to do as a QB. He realized that this is not going to be a shootout, so I don't need to try to be aggressive, put the ball in harm's way, try to get a bunch of points scored. No, just make sure that I manage the game. Let's get the run game going, and we'll win the game because the defense is hooping right now. My thing with Caleb is, I mean, he still has accuracy issues. It's not all on him. He has a lot to overcome. This is the same thing that transpired with Justin Fields. He had so much to overcome. The offensive line, the play calling was not good. The head coach being a defensive mind. There's just so much that he has to overcome, so much that he has to do in order to be considered a really, really good QB and to live up to expectations. The fact that they didn't address the offensive line in offseason is really hurting them right now, going with Romo Dunze instead of a really, really good offensive line prospect. I mean, it was loaded this past draft, and they decided to go with Rome. I like Rome, but again, I said it before and I say it again. There's only 2 quality, good offensive linemen on the Bears, and even they were having trouble holding up against Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson. Oh my God, Will Anderson. He was cooking out there too. It was just a colossal, and then Mario Edwards as well. So like those 3 people were just wrecking havoc throughout the game for the Texans, and the offensive line of Chicago Bears couldn't do much about it. Shane Waldron, he was calling all these different plays, all these plays that require Caleb Williams to stand in the pocket for a pretty long time. But guess what? Your offensive line can't hold up for that amount of time. When it gets to around 2 seconds, Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson, Mario Edwards, they're already there. So I don't understand some of the play calling. The run plays, you got to switch it up. Like it was the same type of run plays out of the shotgun, pistol. It just wasn't working for DeAndre Swift. Khalil Herbert wasn't doing much, and that was pretty much it. Romo Dunze, you got to catch that ball. I know it was a bit of a difficult pass in the red zone, but it hit your hands. You could have still caught it. They drafted you number 9 for a reason because they expect you to make those wild plays, something like that. We expect you to make that play. And I also feel for DJ Moore because I can see he's very frustrated. He was looking at the backup QB. He said something to backup QB, and yeah, it looked like he was ready to fight. He wanted to fight Caleb Williams after that throw. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Caleb Williams is a young QB. They're just gonna have to figure it out. He's just gonna have to figure it out. I believe he'll get better from this, but boy, was it ugly. It was a very, very ugly contest. And yeah, rookie, listen, don't matter how talented you are, being called a generational prospect, you gotta prove it on the football field. Just because people say this doesn't mean that it will translate into the league. Just look at Trevor Lawrence right now. Same thing. It hasn't translated. And we're going to talk about him a little bit later because I saw the all 22 on him. And boy, oh boy, I can't wait to analyze what the hell I saw from him because it was atrocious. But yeah, this game, CJ Stroud just continues to just prove to me just how rare of a talent that he is, how rare of a skill set that he already has at the age of like, what is he, 22, 23 right now? The dude is young and he's already like have the skill set of an elite QB. It's ridiculous. Like his rookie season, we should give more love to his rookie season and just the simple fact that he was able to just process everything and develop so quickly in that 1 year to where he's playing like a 10-year veteran. He's playing like a top 5 QB. I think in one of our QB tier lists, I had him at one point as he's him. That's how good he was at one point in the season. And by the end of the season, I put him at he's a dude. The CJ Stroud is a baller. And that one throw he made to Nico Collins towards the sideline was a wow play. I was like, wow. Like, just he does this every game where he just makes one spectacular throw out of another just to reinforce the fact that he's one of the best QBs in the NFL. He's a top 10 QB, and he is the future of the NFL. And the Texans, they got themselves a dude. They got themselves a baller, and I expect big things from the Texans. That's why I picked them to win the division. And, that's all I can really say for the Bears. It's just going to be a work in progress with Caleb, and they're just going to have to figure it out. And with the Texans, they got themselves a squad. They're loaded.
Look at these. I'm going to read off some numbers for you. I misspoke about the pressures, but Will Anderson, the total Texans pressure by player versus the Bears. Will Anderson, 7 pressures. Daniil Hunter, 7 pressures. Aziz Al-Shahir, 5 pressures. Mario Edwards, 4. Henry To'o, 2 pressures. Khalil Davis, 2 pressures. Tim Settle, 2 pressures. 2, 2, and 1. Everyone was getting pressure. This like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 10 dudes. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? And listen, I know as the Bears organization, you get a QB, you want to double up and get him a weapon. But would it have killed them to pick a lineman? They were on the board.
They got that dude from I think from Penn State. Could have selected him. Yeah, could have selected him. Maybe would have been good. I think he was a left tackle. He would have fit right in instead of having Nate Davis as your left tackle, trying to defend the best pass rushers. He was getting bullied out there. He was getting pushed around. What I tell you about that center and the right guard, them dudes, brother, like they're just getting cooked out there.
Even Darnell Wright was looking shaky out there.
He was. Remember, I don't know if you saw the play where I think it may have been Will Anderson hit him with a juke, cooked him, and then I think he sacked Caleb Williams. Like, yeah, it was a rough night. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I haven't seen those many violent hits in a while. It was crazy. I was like, what? No flag? I thought we was in a new NFL. They was hit sticking the hell out of the Bears that Sunday night. Caleb Williams, boy, this was college football 25. Severe everywhere. Severe arms, legs, chest, you name it. I know when he woke up in the morning, he was feeling it. He was sore all over because, boy, he was getting just it was just ugly out there.
Yeah.
They need to figure something out because I don't want to see that again.
They gotta do something. They're going to bring some extra tight ends on the field, help with the blocking on the edges, something. They gotta do something, man.
Bro, he literally will not be able to survive like this if he keeps getting hit like that. Like, we've seen QBs, we've seen the Joe Burrows, we've seen the Andrew Lucks, we've seen all these different QBs continuously getting hit over and over and over and eventually get injured. They have to do something about it because what I saw against the Texans, dog, that was a murder. That was a crime scene right there because what they were doing, Jalen Petrie, all these dudes, they were just out there wrecking havoc, just bullying everybody on the Bears. And Caleb Williams was running for his life. It was just sad. It was really sad to see. And I just don't wish that from them. Even, I know they're an enemy to my team, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see Caleb getting hurt like that. My God, that was a ugh. All right.
Just let me be me.